now trickled out onto the field.
Yeah, I mean, when
this nigga with the black suit over here talking hella shit about the Niners.
There's a lot going on in the front office, from Jed York's tweet to Balky's daughter's tweet to all the things going on with Kaepernick and everyone questioning his ability. Is Harbaugh going to be here or not? There's just a whirlwind of negative stuff swirling around the 49er organization, and it showed up on the field today.
They didn't do anything to quell it at all. In fact, we're going to be talking about Harbaugh's future as well. 24-13 is the final, and as you can imagine, a lot going on out at the Coliseum. Our Christian Captain has been out in the parking lot covering what has now turned into a Raider celebration. Christian?
Oh, yeah, the Raider fans could not be happier. I mean, I'm still hearing chants of Raiders, Raiders, Raiders. Lots and lots of disappointed 49er fans out here, too. They started streaming out, as you might imagine. 5 minutes left in the game. They could see the writing on the wall. They knew what was coming. We saw a sea of red starting to leave the game before the game was even over. And take a look. You can see fans still streaming out of O.co right now. Lots of fans here. And we can tell you that we've talked with a couple of the Alameda County Sheriff deputies out here. We've talked to a couple of people out here who are inside the game. And they do say that the mood in there was pretty good. Now, again, those 49er fans disappointed seeing their playoff hopes dim. Raiders fans thrilled to improve their record. We did see a few incidents of some minor violence. As you might remember, back in 2011, there were some fights at the last time these two teams met. This time, though, we're not hearing about the same level of violence. A few isolated incidents, but by far the majority of incidents that we saw were fans getting along, enjoying themselves. We saw a lot of parties that had both 49er fans and Raider fans there. Everybody drinking, barbecuing, having a good time before the game. Again, inside O.co, we're hearing that things were actually pretty calm. A lot of fans having a good time watching the game. Again, this is a Bay Area rivalry, of course, but a lot of fans really taking it to
Fuck the Raiders.
This is a good-natured rivalry, and a lot of fans came up to us and told us that they did not want to see
they some motherfucking haters
in 2011. And again, the reports that we're getting is the behavior inside O.co was pretty good, and a lot of the fans, again, not wanting to see a repeat of that behavior back in 2011, and we're not hearing that it was similar. We're hearing that the fans, again, got along, that rivalry is alive and kicking, but it seems to be a lot more civil this time than in years past.
All right, well, that's certainly good news. No extracurricular activity to speak about. Meantime, as far as the game itself goes, a lot of talk this past week about Harbaugh actually making the jump over to the east side of the Bay and becoming a Raiders head coach. And as Joe Fonzie stands by, I got to say, if this was an audition for the Raiders job, it didn't go all that well for Coach Harbaugh and what the Raiders had to see from him and the way things transpired down there on the field, Joe.
Yeah, guys, it was a very strange dynamic down here after the game. A 2-win team and a 7-win team, and it feels like they're going in opposite directions. The 2-win teams feels very fired up and like they really accomplished something. You know, this was their homecoming game. This was their bragging rights game, and they won it. And the 49ers, a team that very short time ago was very much in the playoff picture, now, all but out of it. And the inconsistency on offense is the thing that the 49ers have struggled with all year. Colin Kaepernick on the second drive of the game sacked a couple of times. C.O. Moore with the sack there. It feels like the only time they get anything going is when he makes some type of a spectacular play. Kaepernick's incredible athleticism, nothing anybody can dispute. You saw that led to a field goal right before halftime and a tie game. But there's just that feeling that you're saying, where's the rhythm? Where are those, 7-yard outs, 8-yard pickups, 7-yard plays, crossing pass for a touchdown where you say, oh, that was a nice concerted drive that ended up in 7 points. You're just not seeing that. And you've seen the 49ers struggle offensively the entire season in the second half. That was the case once again today.
Talking all that shit about the Niners, though.
Rights. It'll be 3 years till these two teams play each other again during the regular season. And, that's the way it is right now. We talked to some players. It was a long time before they let us into the locker room. We've had Jim Harbaugh at the podium, Colin Kaepernick at the podium. We'll turn some of that around and get it to you, but that's it for now down at the entrance to the 49er locker room.
All right, we'll be checking back with you for sure, Joe. And on the Raiders side of the ledger, it's certainly not an exaggeration to say that this was kind of their Super Bowl. They were looking at this game like a must victory in sorts. And you'd have to say the only negative from a Raiders standpoint is now put their stance as the number one draft pick belonging to them in a little bit of jeopardy. But I doubt they're worried about that right now. Scott Reese in front of the